Good morning, welcome to Natasha Makes. It is that time of the month, which means it is block of the month. Here it is. We are rattling through them. This is block number 7, which is the Wisteria block down here. One of my favourites, actually. I think it's absolutely beautiful. So, what are we going to need today? We have got 3 different mauves for you. We've got 2 different greens for you. Of course, your black background, and we've got a beautiful green thread. All in for your block of the month this month. If you just want the pattern, that's available separately as well. So you've got all ways to get it, because you might have lots of fabric in your stash. That's okay. I'm going to do it out of my own. That's absolutely fine. But if you do want the fabrics that we've chosen specially for it, so that it all ties in together, then we've got them all here for you, which is fabulous. But before we do that, we have had the most gorgeous Lewis and Irene fabric arrive and land. So I wanted to show, I was meant to show it you last week on Wednesday, but I completely and utterly forgot. So slap wrists for me, and means more to show you today. Oh, Gemma's going. Where are you going, Gem? Noisy printer. Noisy printer. I don't think you can pick it up. You won't pick it up from here. You're all right. Should we see who's with us? Let's start by saying hello to everyone, because you know it's a Monday morning. It's a Monday morning. So let's see. Who do we have? We've got Kate and Alison. Good morning. And Heather. And Mary, who says, good morning, lovely lady, with a Welsh dragon. Fantastic. Morning, Lo. Oh, and Mr. Cole Morgan, good morning. And Laurie, good morning. And Jan, hello. And Pam, good morning. Gemma's going to join us in a minute. She's just doing, I don't know if you know what she's doing. She's doing something. Something very important, apparently. Morning, Steph. Morning, Rona. Good morning, Leslie. Oh, you're all here this morning. How lovely. I need to wait for Geraldine. I need to say thank you to her. She's been very, very sweet, bless her. Morning, Lorraine. Morning. So we have got, because I was a little, oh, morning, Colette. What's the word I want? Is it lackadaisical? Is that a word, or did I just make it up? I think it's a word. Something like that. If it's not that word, it's one that sounds like it. I'm watching you while crocheting, possibly the largest snowman in the world. Of course you are, John. Of course you are. Morning, Colette. Morning, Sue. Morning, Alief. Morning, Natasha and everyone. Looking forward to seeing these new fabrics, both Lewis and Irene and Liberty. Hey, look, it is a word. Ah, yeah, you go. You know, occasionally, you say something, and then you're like, and then you start to question it, or you write it down, and you're not quite sure. The more you look at it, and the more you think about it, the more your brain goes, ha ha, no, and it is, like it completely is. Right, okay, so we are going to look at Liberty tomorrow. So Liberty is going to be a tomorrow thing. They are loaded. If you want to get ahead with Liberty, we've got it really well priced for you, by the way. Really well priced. If you want to get ahead with Liberty, please fill your boots. They are loaded. They are good to go. We have got a prize draw for anyone buying a Liberty item this week. And we've got 2 bundles of fat quarters, which SJ does her magical prize drawery thing that, you know, I don't get involved in it. That's SJ's thing, because it all has to be legally blah, 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 blah. I blame the BBC. Anyway. So, because they got it wrong, didn't they? Was it the BBC or was it ITV? Anyway, one of the big companies got it wrong, and now we have to do everything. So there. I am sorting all my stuff out to escape on Friday. Mo Home Adventures from the 17th of December until the 3rd of Jan. Now that is a lot of mo homing. Good for you. Are you coming to see us? You know, because we're here. Just asking. Morning, Viv. Morning, Barbara. Morning, Shelley. I don't know what this thing is to bring people on camera. I don't know how that works. I also don't know why my iPad keeps doing really weird things. I think it might have got to that stage where I just need to admit that it's actually very old and possibly should not be running my entire show. I don't know. We'll see. Right, so now, this is a reimagining of a previous collection. It's called Wintertide. It's one of my favourites. and because of the peacocks, and also, do you know, because I think this came out shortly before the original one, shortly before I went on maternity leave. And anyway, it sold out on Sewing Quarter, and I did manage to get any. And so one of the gorgeous viewers, you know who you are, Christine, she got hold of some in the teal, and she made Emily a playmat and a matching bag, and it was just the sweetest, kindest thing. So I have really fond memories of this collection. Absolutely love it. And we've got it in all sorts of fabulous colourways. Oh, and it's got metallics through it as well. So lots and lots and lots of reasons to love this. Should we have a look from above? Let's see what we've got going on. Helps if I switch the camera. See, there we are. So can you see, look at the pears. It always feels a little bit sort of like, there's a sort of a hint of William Morris. If William Morris had done a bit of sparkle, I think he would have approved. Here we go. So I'll sort of sort them into colour order-ish. This does not have the sparkle on, but again, beautiful florals going on here, and these leaves echoed throughout all of these. So, oh yeah, lovely. And there it is, and there it is. So, probably put that with the oranges there. Although, look, it does go beautifully there. Oh, it's a tricky one. Tricky, tricky, tricky. So then we've got beautiful pears. What a lovely pear. And I'm going to pop that down there so that we get sort of some darks going on there. And then those, oh no, hang on, look. We've got orange pears. Well, that sounds wrong, doesn't it? So I think this is where you need to decide. Do your pears go with this lovely orange, or do you just get plainer pears going here? Here you've got your copper pears. It's all going on, isn't it? Ooh, decisions. Well, they look rather fab. But again, look. You see, you pull that orange through there. Oh, for me, these are the main events. These are your peacocks here. We've got them in wonderful colourways. If I can get them around the right way. You lot are funny. Our photos from Warwick Castle, and there's John going, oh, you've done well with the garden there, Tash. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so should we start with these peacocks as the base? Remember, there is a little sneaky cheeky discount on these today, which is working out at about £1. Is it about £1? I'm basically just going to lay these out and we'll add them onto the top. These are all on the website. Need a bigger desk is kind of where we're at right now, right? I've got myself in a muddle. Powder meter off, about that. There or thereabouts. I thought I was listening to you, Jem, when we said that. It's just like it when I actually pay attention and we agree stuff. Here we go. So, let's set the scene, shall we? Oh, hang on. Jem? Ali F says... Ali F says, can we do a full fat quarter bundle?
Of this?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
It just won't have such a discount on because it's extra cutting and stuff. Okay, morning Natasha, what beauties. I know, Anna, I know. Right, okay, so let's build these up. So we've got the peachy colour there, and this has got the copper metallic through it in there. And then if we're sticking with the peachy, of course you can mix and match these through. Then we're starting to build up through here. Now, you've got your gorgeous pears. I'm going to pop that over there. But then equally, you've got, so this has got your gold on here with the green. So I'm going to pop that one kind of there because it's going with that. Ooh, and then you see you've got more fabulous pairs. So let's pop those there. And again, you can see that's pulling those teals there. And then you've got your gold fruit there, which means it must be going with this one here. Then you've got your darker colours over here, although it does look nice with that, that's going to pull in there. We're getting somewhere now. Right, so then this one here, they all go across the board. Like this could go with that, could go with that. This doesn't have any metallic on, so if you wanted something lighter that's got those blues in, you can pull that in from over here. Whew, gosh. Now. Gold pairs. You've got your option there. And then also beautifully going with these little peacocks that are hiding under there. And then look, you've got these beautiful ones here. So again, this is going to work across here. You can mix and match these. And yes, Ali, Alison, we will do that for you. We will get you a fat quarter bundle up there of all of these because, yeah, as a collection, they just all work. And we'll make sure that some are loaded, that everything is loaded by the ½ metre as well. So that if you really want to, then you can do that as well. So that's the start of it, my goodness. And again, this is a one-off. When it's gone for us. So let's just untangle all of these, shall we? And see where we get to. So, oh, hang on, how did I miss this? Well, that's rather fabulous too. It really is tricky, isn't it? It's very tricky to know which ones to go where with. And I think it's like, do you remember there was that real craze of having like 3 coloured rings? And you know, your silver, your gold and your rose gold. I think ever since then, it's kind of been a thing that's okay to mix your metallics through. Which is sort of what we're doing here. I love these. Look at that. Just fabulous. And then, yeah, they just all work, don't they? An absolute treat. I can see why you need the full collection. There we go. There are those peacocks. There we go. Pop those away. Oh, love this. They have done the colourways beautifully this time, I have to say. There we go. So that is your brand new Lewis and Irene. It's on a discount for today only. And again, like I say, just because I kind of forgot. Whoops, we had a lot going on last Wednesday. It was a very long demo. So that's my excuse and I am sticking for it. Right, let's start then from scratch. What are you going to do when you get this month's block of the month? Now, this is super easy this month. We have done all of these techniques before, okay? So it's just really a little recap for you as to what to do when you get them. Let's have a look at the fabrics that we have got today. Hooray, here they are. So there's your black fat quarter. We're going to press that into 4. That's our starting point, pressing them into 4. Then we have got 3 different mauves. This one is your dark one. So that as the wisteria sort of cascades down, it ombres. So again, you're going to have plenty left over. If you want extra black fabric, get it. And then you can do this block again and again. And again, extra, you've got 2 different greens. And again, you've got that beautiful flowering gum in pear there, which is just a bit gorgeous. Okay. So, and again, you might just want to use 2 and keep yourself a fat quarter. That's entirely up to you. Remember, this is the 4th creation of this quilt. So here, there are only 2 colorways, but the pattern does call for 3, for an ombre of 3. And actually when you look at it, it does give you 3 different colors as well. But it just means that you are okay. If you just want to use 1, you can. If you just want to use 2, it's up to you. Not use 1, save 1. Okay. Everybody has different ideas on how they want to do it, and that's the beauty of this quilt. Okay. So, number 1, get your pattern. Here it is. Okay. There are your... Whoa, hang on. What have I done with the other piece? Haha, here it is. As ever, we're gonna cut and stick so that we know. And this is going to be your starting point each time we do a block of the month. Okay. And as ever, I shout to Jem, Jem, lost my sellotape. And she went, here you go, Natasha. There are reasons that things like sellotape and staplers just get left in Gemma's office, because then we know where they are. Otherwise, they come to me. Can't really be guaranteed. There we go. I tend to flip mine over and just tape at the back as well. And then what I do is I fold it into quarters. Okay. So that's going to be on my line, and then I've got my quarters there. If I want to make that, you know, even more obvious, and I think this is quite obvious because that is my join line, but you can always just mark your quarter points on there, for the simple reason that when we again, and we do this every single month, when we start, we are going to start off by pressing our fat quarter into quarters, all right, with the black, because then we can match up these lines and it just makes life easy. I am all for making life easy. Oh, excuse me. I always prep it with a little bit of spray. It's up to you. It's what I like to do. Oh, Geraldine, you're here. Good morning. Thank you so, so much. We got our beautiful hamper. Thank you. You do spoil us. Absolutely gorgeous. Good morning, Brenda. Thank you. Oh, my goodness. You lot are on form today. Wow. Thank you. So, here we go. Okay, and then into your quarters. And if you know, if you want to then just mark that with a pen, then you can, but for me, I'll just get those quarters. If you want to give it a little bit of steam, then do. Right. And that just means that I can align everything to those marks on there, and I know where I'm going with it then. I know exactly where I'm going with it. Now, on here you can see, helps if I turn it around the right way, right? Dee, 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 dee. Yes, that is the way. Just so that I know. There we go. So we've got our petals cascading down here. And then a lot of this is done with a chain stitch or a stem stitch. It's up to you. We've done these stitches before. And then along through here, we're going to put down our stem. Okay, now, as ever, when you get your pattern, you are going to apply the stem first. Your order of applique guide, this is vital, this is key. Okay, this is absolutely where you want to be looking. So we're going to apply the stem first, then apply all leaves, then apply petals. Oh, what's that? Is John leaving us? Have an awesome day, everyone. Carpet cleaning happening now. Yes, go clean, go clean. Then you want to put on your embellished 3D leaves on the block, and then your petals, and then any 3D leaves after that. Okay, so that is the order that these things go on. Now, you can see on the leaves here, we've got light, 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 dark, 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 dark. So you've got those there as your guide, and then you've got dark, oh sorry, 2 dark there and a light up there. Okay, now that's absolutely great, absolutely great. We're going to be fine with all of that. This we're going to start putting in. So. The way that this is going to happen is you need to choose actually. I'm going to go with the darker one for this, and you're going to cut yourself a little 1/2 inch strip on 45. Now this doesn't need to be a particularly long strip or anything like that. If you've got your ruler, then what you can do, there we go, I've got my 45-degree lines here and here, so I can just cut myself a little strip, there we go, off there. And what do I need? A 1/2 inch strip. And again, because I'm using my Stripology ruler, I know that this is my 1.5 inch side, so that I know that here that's a 1/2 inch there. And there we go. I can put that aside for leaves or anything else that I need, but that is going to be my strip that I start off on. And then what I am going to do I am going to iron this raw edge, one of the raw edges, into the center. Okay. A bit like if you're making binding. Can we all see? Do you know what? I should have got my my little Prim mini iron out for this today. I do find the mini iron a lot easier for these because it's just a tiny thing. You're folding over by like 1/8 of an inch. On the bias as well, so now it doesn't matter, by the way, if this isn't even. Nature isn't. That's what Lisa says. She's all right. It's all right. We're all good. Doesn't matter. Now, the reason for the order of applique in your pattern is kind of for your raw edges as well, to make sure that you've got all your raw edges where you need them to be. I'm just looking to see what threads I've got kicking about. Let's go with a greenish today. I had threads, oh, I moved everything, didn't I? Here we go. So if I go for a slight contrasting one, then I'm hoping that you can see it. On the website, we do have thread bundles for this kit. Well, for the quilt in general, if you want. I had everything out. I made sure I had everything that I needed out. So where the heck have I put my scissors? Ah, there they are. Right. Oh, no chance today. One day I will remember to pre-thread my threads. Now, do you remember what Jane said to us to do? I'm going to pull that through. So this is my non-twisting end. So the one closest to the reel is the one that you want to start from. I'm going to knot my end. Again, some of you won't want knots on there. Doesn't really matter. Does not really matter. can start it however you wish. So. The way we're going to apply this stem, and let's just mark it off on here. Now, if I'd have remembered to bring my copy paper, that would have been a very good thing. However, I did not. Good morning, Gemma.
Hello.
She's in.
Hi.
She's only in.
I know. I thought I'd turn up to work. You know.
Well, nice of you. Nice of you to do that. I'm going to mark that there. I'm going to mark that finishing spot there. And I'm going to put that there. And know that that is going to go around like that. Use your copy paper. Gemma, I'm doing it like I shouldn't.
Oh, good.
There'll be no change there, is basically
Do as
what
I
you're
say,
saying.
not as I do.
Completely. All of that.
I've done all my noisy tippy tapping and my printing
you?
in the other room. All the technical terms this morning.
All the stuff. Okay, so first off, I'm going to drag this to our close-up, Gem.
That'd be good.
I know, right? Because I'd quite like people to see what I'm doing. Well, sometimes. Sometimes it'd be great if no one ever saw any of it. I could get away with all the mistakes in the world. However, that is pretty mean-spirited. Here we go.
Where would the fun be in that?
Well, I know, right? Where? Where, oh, where?
Where indeed.
So we're going to start on the side that is folded over, and we are going to stitch that in place. We are going to go up into that fold. We are going to we're going to go down, we're going to go along, we're going to go up. It's very, very hard to do this at a funny old angle. I'm going to just catch the end of that fabric, okay, and then we're going to go down next to it again, along and up. Can you see? Oh no, there we go, along there. See if I can get this at a slightly better angle. Here we go. So I've caught just the end. My needle goes in next to it, and I'm going to go along. Can you see? Just catching. God, it's a funny old angle. Just catching there. Tell you what though, Jane's right about getting the and then down. So it's just holding that down. You can go in basically pretty much next to where you came out. Now if you are struggling with it, when I get in the flow, then it's super easy. Then you can come up through your black fabric and through your other fabric at the same time. But if you're struggling, come up through your black and then come up through your green at the same time, then go back down next to where you came up. Can you see that? Is that making any sort of sense at all? What do we think, Tippy Tappy Gemma?
Sounds good to me.
And you see those stitches, they just disappear. Now remember, I did it in a contrasting thread as well, so that you could see. So coming up through all those layers and then back down, and using this as my guide, this chalky line. Okay, so then to come back the other way, it's going to be needle turned. Okay, what do we mean by that? What do we mean by that? I'm going to go overhead for this now that you know. Oh, hey up. And then it might
Proper
be a little
northern
less.
then. Hey up.
Hey up.
Hey
I
up.
know. I don't know what's going on. So you will go all the way around there, and then you can chop that. You know that you've got everything that you need there. You don't have to worry about the raw edges, not at the ends, because they're going to be covered over. This is why this bit goes on first, okay? But if we're coming back the other side, we are going to turn under that stem. Okay. Now remember, if you want to work this in a hoop in sections, then do. Like that is your other option. But the same applies. You're going to go up. I'm sounding really northern today, Jen. What's going on?
I know, right?
Down.
Nothing wrong with that.
No,
A little bit of
no.
northern.
And I don't know if you can actually see or if I've got my head in the way. So that will be tucked under and you'll go down. Make sure your next bit is tucked as well. And just keep making sure that it's tucked so that you then go down, and when you come up, and along you go, and you'll just get into a little bit of a rhythm. So you go down by where you came up, along, right on that edge, so that thread doesn't show. And again, this is how we've done. Haven't shown this for a few months because we started off showing it and I was like, oh, we've done that, everyone knows how to do that, but it's been a few months now, and if you haven't kept up you might have forgotten, and that's okay. And so that's how we're going to get that all stitched down. So that's already one edge done, and then with this one we're just going to tuck it under as we go. Okay, so that is that bit, and that's how you'll stitch down all the parts of this. So by now you will probably be a bit of an expert. It's Daddy Pig, isn't it? Who's a bit of an expert at everything. And Peppa Pig. I'm a bit of an expert.
I miss Peppa Pig, and I never thought I'd hear myself say that.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
It's hell on
And
a
yet she's
stick.
Precocious, horrible little pig
All
that
of
she is.
All of that.
But sometimes quite miss all of that.
Do you?
Do, 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 do.
No.
That music used to do my head in, actually.
Oh.
I don't miss it. I lie. I had a moment of reminiscence there that I felt all fond about, and
Step away.
no,
Step away.
now I
Step
remember
back.
the horrors. No, we're
Yeah,
all right.
yeah, yeah.
I'm over it. That's in 3
I
seconds.
did the dog work on a movie in Wales that that the girl that played Peppa Pig, the voice of Peppa Pig.
No way.
Yeah, she was on it. She was on the film. She was on the movie, and yeah, I remember her saying to me, "Oh well, you know, I'm the voice. I'll do you a voice recording, you know, for."
Wow.
I was like, how old was I? Like I'm 33. I think I'm all right, thanks.
Seriously?
Just before I had Fred. Well, it was before I even, just not long before I got pregnant with Freddie.
Oh.
Had I known that I would have children that would love Peppa Pig,
That would have been
I would have
so
been all
cool.
over that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That would have been awesome.
I know. I know.
It's a bit like the lady who voices Bart Simpson. You look at her and you just think there's no way that voice will come out of her, and then you see her do it and you're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, yeah.
I love it. I love it when you see people record the voices of cartoons.
I used to work with Homer Simpson's sister.
Of course you did.
So yeah. So Gina's just lovely. She's absolutely lovely. Right, guys, template plastic, rough side down. And so yeah, so my husband is a big Simpsons fan. So I managed to get all sorts of Simpsons paraphernalia
Amazing.
for him.
Aww. Vicky's with us and she says, that's
Morning,
going to
Vic.
be in my head all morning now, Gemma Pinfield Thomas.
Sorry.
Soz. Apologies.
Are you soz not soz?
Soz not soz.
Yeah. Nacy, is that pretty much the same size? Yeah. Now, what I'm going to do is pretty much use the same templates here. So
Claire
that's sort of a half one.
Beautiful. Claire Angelina says that she's banned. banned in their household, that they're
Peppa
Peppa Pig. Mm.
He does like to body shame Daddy Pig, and that I get a bit upset for poor Daddy Pig.
Poor Daddy Pig.
Poor Daddy Pig. Guys, use a thinner marker, by the way. This is just so that you guys can see.
And not your good scissors for this bit either.
Paper,
Slash
Paper,
plastic
scissors.
slash.
Helps if I. There you go. So yeah, don't necessarily use a thick marker for that. It's just so that you guys could see. Obviously, if I'd have actually changed the camera angle, that would have also helped you see.
I wonder how everyone else labels their scissors, because you write them on them with Sharpie, and I've got a little piece of ribbon tied on mine, so if I go to, say, a workshop or something, I know that they're mine and not somebody else's. Inga, however, in the warehouse, has a passive-aggressive way of labelling the scissors. She had a very lovely sharp pair of scissors that she managed to obtain, and she put a sticker on them that said, "Very sharp." And yeah, I think it was an excellent health and safety idea. Well done there, Inga, because she didn't want anyone to cut themselves with them, and they were very sharp.
Indeed, at some point they were very sharp, yes.
Until we had someone in for the day who was cutting some kits who used them to cut lots of zipper tape. So she has added stickers either side of the "very sharp" so that they say "not very sharp anymore" on them. Which just tickled us, didn't it?
Every time I see it, it makes me laugh.
So now we say, "Where are the not very sharp anymore scissors?" She's still cross about it, bless her.
She is cross about it. She's really cross about it. As anyone would be. I mean, you know, kind of divorce would. I mean, I think I could have divorced us over it. I think she would have done.
Yeah. She's proper upset about it.
She was proper upset about it.
And we just find it really funny.
I know. Do you think we should find it less funny?
We probably should find it less funny, but I can't help it, Tash. It's just amusing. It's the passive aggressiveness of the labels. We've got a form for that in this building.
What labels, yeah.
Or signs.
Now, what I'm doing, for those of you that are wondering...
Not filing her nails.
No, Gemma can attest to the
Although
fact that
they are painted. Shock and
very,
horror.
very briefly. So Gemma keeps trying to tell me that they are jewels, not tools, my nails. I'm just like, no, I've got 18 horses, love. They are absolutely tools.
It's a waste of time.
Yeah. We've come to learn to agree to disagree.
Yeah. It's fighting a losing battle.
Know
So
your
what you are
limits,
doing,
Gemma.
however, is not filing your nails. But
No, what I'm doing is just filing off any and I do this with the when I do my needle turn stuff as well. If you've got sharp edges on there or wonky edges, you can't expect to get a nice smooth finish.
No.
So if your cutting skills are a bit rubbish, just even it out with your nail file. And if you've got one of our applique kits, you'll have one of those indeed in there.
Indeedio.
Indeed. Now, that one there is going to be dark.
That was a neat handy to have kit. We'll have to put together some more handy to have kits if we can.
Well, if people require more handy to have kits, then we can absolutely do that. I'm going to get my leftover bit of dark. I'm going to fold it in half and I'm going to press it. Gemma, it is a pressing matter.
Excellent.
I am then going to show you the way that Lisa would recommend you do this. Okay, here we go. So, we are going to mark off with our pen like so.
Beautiful.
Okay. And then we're going to stitch on the line, leave ourselves, actually, do you know, I'm going to leave my turning through gap on the straight line. Forget that, on the straight line.
I love this block.
It's so beautiful, isn't it?
It really is. It makes me think of the front of your house as well.
Oh, yeah. Now,
Huge wisteria. Beautiful. Jane was saying this morning, when we were putting the quilt up and she was stroking it, and she said, I just love the fabric bundle that comes to today's block.
yeah, we all went.
Such a beaut.
Ooh. So what I'm doing is getting, these are all 1, 2, 3, 4 dark leaves there. So 1, 2, 3, these are my 4 dark leaves there. Double-sided, with your batiks, and you can choose with your batik which is the right or the wrong side. If when you come to do your leaves on your beautiful pear fabric, make sure that this is right sides together. Okay, now this is a little bit now like when we do tilde legs, because we're going to stitch on there. What I'm also going to do, Jem, I'm actually going to mark my turning through gaps, because otherwise I'm going to forget.
Never, surely not. Would you ever do this?
Do you know what? I don't actually know where my brain is anymore. I don't know if I have a brain anymore.
It's a Monday morning as well, darling, so we will allow it. We will allow it.
So
we've all had a bit of a busy weekend and a
we
tiring
did.
weekend.
So yeah, I mean, I was all prepared to be annoyed with my weekend because everything got all fun got cancelled.
Yeah.
Drove all the way down to London with the kids, all excited because we're going to go with our nieces and nephews and see the pantomime, and then get to the pantomime and there's a man at the door going, one of the members have just tested positive for COVID, so we're not doing the show today. And we went, great. Went home again. However, your father decided to have a heart attack, so I think that trumps it somehow.
He did, and do you know what? There's always something to look at, isn't there?
Having a worse day than you.
Correct, and even for my dad, who mercifully I've been able to speak to this morning.
How's he doing?
He had a particularly spectacular type of heart attack.
Did he? I mean, he doesn't do things by half,
no,
does he, your father?
Bless him. So some of you know he's been in and out of hospital this year anyway with respiratory problems, and he's a poorly chap. But each time he's gone in with his lungs, they've said, but your heart's looking good, you know, your ECG's looking good. Unfortunately, they didn't realise one of the main arteries, well, the main artery, that it was 90% clogged.
Oh, fabulous.
And collapsed.
Amazing.
So he collapsed, and we're very, very fortunate. My parents are in Stratford-on-Avon. The ambulance service, whenever they've had to ring, which has been
quite a lot,
multiple times this year, have got there super, super fast, and they did get there super, super fast, to him looking a very funny colour. They got him across to the Walsgrave Hospital and operated immediately.
You can't ask for more than that, can you? You just can't.
And
he's going to live to see another day.
Yeah. I said to him this morning, you know, you've done really well and you must have 9 lives. You must be like the luckiest man at the moment, because I know many people aren't that fortunate of getting an ambulance there as fast as he did. And he had my mum there to phone as well, you know.
Yeah, gosh, that could have all been different.
If he hadn't have got my mum with him, or if the ambulance hadn't got there as quickly, you know, it's not.
Yeah,
no, it doesn't. But you know, he's okay. He was chatting to me on the phone this morning,
good.
Feeling a bit rubbish, but he's not in pain like he was. And yeah, like you say, hopefully we'll...
So I can't really complain about my weekend after that.
No. But you did still get to see family. The children got to see their cousins, didn't they?
Yeah.
And had to play. And
it's all good.
Wasn't the day you had planned, but it wasn't, you know. And similarly with my dad, you know,
wasn't the day he had planned.
It wasn't the day he had planned, but he's chatting to me on the phone this morning, and it could have been very different. So
I've done this in an orange thread so that we can all see it.
Yes, marvellous. Sometimes
I actually remember to do stuff like that so that everyone can see. And then we are going to choppity chop around.
This isn't a design feature. This is just...
No. So I've shortened my stitch length as well. I've put it on 1.8 because these are small and tiny. I tend to leave myself a little bit more of a seam allowance there. So you want to cut your seam allowance to about 1/8 of an inch-ish.
Oh wow, gosh, poor Emma says an ambulance was called for her dad on Saturday and it took 2 hours and 45 minutes to arrive. Yeah, we definitely didn't have 2 hours and 45 minutes. So again, I've told him how lucky he is. Yeah, we're very, very fortunate. We know that. I do hope your dad's okay. Sorry to hear that.
There's a lot of it around, isn't there? Eh? So what we are going to do is then get your forceps out. Yay! Forceps and or poke tools. Just going to trim those edges off there. Sometimes it's nice just to go back to basics with these things. There we go. And then, Gemma, if you were me.
oh, it's so much fun when you start a sentence like that.
No, it's okay, I've got them.
Good.
Right, okay. You lot are fabulous, and we've never had any complaints about the forceps. Some other audiences didn't pay attention, Gemma. They didn't pay attention as to how to use them. I know.
Dear
I
me.
know. Which caused for lots of customer service emails saying that the forceps were broken and did not work. Couldn't open them. Couldn't open. They don't open.
They do though, don't they?
You have to squeeze together and open them out. That is the design
Squeeze and
feature.
ping.
Squeeze and ping.
It's a bit like the bend and snap.
Whatever that is.
Oh my gosh, please tell me you've watched Legally Blonde. If you've not watched Legally Blonde, we really can't be friends. Are you serious?
So just ignoring Gemma there for a minute because I'd like to still be friends. I have, but like not for like 30 years. Gemma.
Oh no, okay, we need to sort that out.
Oh, I don't know what sort of time you think I have to be watching all this stuff. Anyway, so we've got a little end in there and we're just going to turn that through, okay? What's bend and snap?
Right, okay. So
And then
Elle
the other
Woods, the main character,
end. Is that
goes
the,
and-
what's her name? The
Reese
blonde one.
Witherspoon.
That's it.
and she goes and gets her nails done, and she chats to this lovely lady who does her nails, and every time I think he's UPS, anyway, the delivery guy comes in, the nail tech goes all over the place, like she's knocking things over and everything because she really likes it. So she teaches her this little thing that she needs to do to look fabulous, where she drops something and then does this graceful bend, picks up whatever it is and snaps up. And it's this whole thing of bend and snap. And that's how you look fabulous in front of the chap. Only when she does do it, she full on smacks him in the face with her head and knocks him clean out and breaks his nose.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
That's the sort of thing that would happen to me if I was ever
Exactly.
trying to look good in front of anyone. I've just given up trying to look good anywhere and just realise I'm just me. And if you don't like it, oh dear. So all I'm doing is just easing out any corners or anything. There. And then turning under that seam allowance. That's why it's easier if that bit of the seam allowance is a little bit bigger. And then just give that a press.
Very good.
And then when you come to stitch that down, you will stitch it down in the exact same way that you put on your leaf. And that is how you'll do it. If you want to stitch on some detail onto your leaves, then you absolutely can. But just remember, you've got to bend it that way to open that. There was obviously a new
Squeeze and ping.
squeeze and ping.
I'm getting lots of love for Legally Blonde in the comments. Vicky's loving how long your list of films to watch is becoming.
God, it really is.
Alison Fraser says,
Really
oh my goodness, you need to refresh your memory of Legally Blonde. Bend and snap indeed. Paulette. Paulette was the name of the nail tech. She's the lady who played Stifler's mom in American Pie.
Oh, I've
Brilliant
watched American
actress.
Pie.
I love her. Amazing actress. Ah, Geraldine says, you always look good, even better in real life, lovely lady.
Ah, thanks.
Geraldine was
Whoops.
very kind when she came here and said we all looked better in real life. To make me wonder, oh dear.
Yeah.
Don't look at myself on screen, but what do we look like?
We don't need to think about that.
No.
Seam allowances under and press. Press, 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 press. And then, yeah, so you'll have all of your beautiful leaves. And just make sure that you do get that curve. It's really easy to knot, but you do just want to get that curve. That curve going on. Oh yeah, all these kind of movies just sort of passed me by. There we are. And as you put that in, you can, because you're going to needle turn that little bit there, you can give that a bit of can give that a bit of curve. There we are. So that's how you're going to do your leaves for these. And you can trim back. If you want to make these points really sharp, you can really trim back and make those beautifully sharp. Lisa's are really beautifully sharp. Mine are less so. But that just comes down to your seam allowance and how much time you spend gently, gently easing out those corners. There we go. Okie dokie. So the next bit, I did tell you this is not a complex one this week.
We like that. Something that looks fancy but is actually
Fancy schmancy.
straightforward to do.
Yeah.
Oh, Julia's with you. She says her film list is growing. She's never seen it. She needs
Well,
to.
it's not, I think it's, I probably saw it like, how old were we when it came out? About 15?
I want to say it was around 97 or whatever, so yeah.
That's it.
Let's have a look, shall we?
See,
Our
97,
friend Google.
I was doing other stuff. I wasn't
You
watching movies.
You're a busy bee.
I was a busy bee. Right, okay, so for these are going to be needle turns. So we are going to go to our friend freezer paper. Gemma, our friend freezer paper. And
2001. There we go, 20 years ago.
20 years ago. Crikey. Right, these are going to be needle turned, okay? So you will trace these off. And there are my paper scissors. Double up with your freezer paper. I know I say this every time. Do you know what I also went and found today? Ta-da! My Teflon pressing sheet.
Very good.
This is my Misty Fuse one, so I know that. So you want your sticky side up. I say your sticky side. Your shiny side up, because then you know you're going to be doing this the right way. Just get a little bit of heat on there, and then it will adhere both pieces of paper together. Then you've got a more robust, what have you. We all like a more robust, what have you.
We
don't
do, yeah.
We do love a robust, what have you.
I just always like my what have yous to be as robust as possible.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. And then we are going to trim. I don't know if Lisa's with us today. It's all British summertime and Australia it's not. And
Or is it, no, it's their summertime and ours it's not. We're GMT at the moment, aren't we? Yeah, that thing.
And again, if you need to smooth off any of your curves, then because you've done double with your paper, then you can. And then, which one did I do? That one. So sticky side, I say sticky side, you know which side I mean. Shiny side up. Leave yourself enough space for a seam allowance. Press, 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 press. Trim around. Now that I've found them, big scissors are better for this, by the way, Jem.
That's the thing, isn't it? With a little job, people think they need little scissors, but
no, for this, because you can get the swoop.
We'll have a swoop.
Do you like a swoop? So this is going to be needle turn, but what I would really suggest is that you do just get this bit sorted first. Obviously I do want my smallest scissors just to snip in on these curves up to, but not quite, well, not quite up to there, and just across like that. Okay, now, and this has been the trick all the way through. I had it a second ago, Jim. What have I done with it? What did I do with my paintbrush? What?
I'm doing the
I put it
squinting
back
thing.
in here.
Oh, there you go. You're being organised.
I know, right? So you are going to want your orange stick, your paintbrush, some flatter, And if you bought one of the previous kits, then you'll have a little pot to put some of your flatter in.
Nice.
Otherwise, you're going to have to take the lid off and dip your brush in.
Dip.
Okay. I attempted to make a snowman with Ryan yesterday. Poor thing turned out worse than Forky from Toy Story 4. I love Forky.
I loved Forky too.
Right. Flatter on there.
I did not love that film though.
Huh?
I did not love that film though.
Did you not?
No, because I was quite cross.
Why were you quite
You
cross?
can't say why you were cross because then it ruins film for everybody. But yeah, I was cross about the end. Toy Story 3, I howled crying.
God, blimey.
And then
hard to
Toy
please,
Story
aren't you?
4, I was quite cross at the end.
Okay. So, because it is now a little bit damp, you can really manipulate that fabric around. And if you want to cut in, then do.
Look at that.
All right.
Beautiful.
And once you start getting some heat on here, you're going to want to use your little orange stick, because then you will not burn your fingers.
We've got, actually, have we got any left? I wonder. The little prim finger protector jobbies that you can
that
do
would be
your
great,
ironing with.
wouldn't it?
Yes. Or if we have got any of those left, that would be rather fabulous. Like little finger socks.
Yeah. And just pressing. And if at any point you get sort of a lumpy bit, then you can always just pop a little bit more, just damp it down again. You can almost realign it with your fingers. And if you need to, hold it down with your stick. Go in with that. But what you'll get is a beautiful curve all the way around. Can you see? Isn't that gorgeous?
If you are that person who burns your fingers when trying to do these twiddly things,
Yeah.
We have 2 sets left now.
2 sets left, is that
of
all?
the prim silicone finger guards. Like little boots for your fingers.
Little boots.
Little boots.
Otherwise, hold it down with your little stick.
Yeah.
Get in there.
Yeah.
Get in there.
I just always think if there is an injury to be done, I will find a way. I am that person. Which isn't right, really. I should be good with teeny fiddly things.
Well, you should, given that you were a nail tech for many
years. Yes. I am very capable of
hurting yourself.
hurting myself.
Always. Always. No, they would be the choice for you.
Specifically burns, though.
Is this why we have the accident book next to you?
Yeah, I think so.
Although Jane's quite good at being accident prone.
Jane's really good at it, and SJ pointed that out, and I don't think Jane had ever really realised until SJ made the observation that she was as accident prone as she was. But as soon as SJ said it, she was like, oh yes.
So I am.
Because SJ is also quite accident prone. Mercifully, neither of them, touch wood, seem to do it here. They save it for home places and such.
All the fun at home. instead.
Please do not injure yourself on the premises. That would be great.
Yes. There we go. So, you're going to get involved with all of these. Look, and so then you've got all of your curves going on nice. If you want a bit more of a curve going in there, then just snip in your fabrics to get that curve going on there. Yes, I do want a little bit more of a curve through there.
Lovely Elizabeth Crangles said...
Lizzie Crangle.
I know, Auntie
good
Lizzie.
Morning,
Good
Auntie
morning.
Lizzie.
She said with the flatter, she could not trust herself to have that bottle open like that. She knows her limits. She would knock it over.
Oh.
So she would do, in the absence of the little pot, what I would do as a person who's worked in the beauty industry, which is spray some into the lid.
Oh, yeah, so
Squirt,
I
squirt.
did that. It's a blinking safety lid. It's got a hole in it.
Oh,
so you can't
shush.
choke. No, I know. That was my first go-to, which was why I had to mess around with these things.
Bum is the word.
Exactly. There we go. Nearly had it. Nearly had it. And so then when you are ready, I would do all of these in advance. And then when you're ready, just peel out. There we go. And there you have it, all needle turned, ready to then just stitch in place. Oh, look at that on there. Beautiful. It's going to be so beautiful. That's it, guys. That's it.
It is.
That's all of it. So it really is super duper easy this month. Super duper easy. We're just reinforcing everything that we have already learned, which is fabulous. So that's what we've got for you this month. Remember, the Lewis and Irene is on a special only for today. Tomorrow we are looking at the brand new Liberty, which is already on an incredible price. Okay, I can't lower that anymore.
No, we hounded our supplier and went with the lowest possible
the
price
lowest that we are allowed to do
without being wrist slapped.
Yeah, without not ever being allowed to
buy it again ever.
Right, we're going to make these tomorrow.
They're just gorgeous.
Well, okay, so I have a bit of a bugbear with drawstring bags. Like, I love them. I think they're great, but how do you hang them? How do you store them?
By the drawstring normally.
But if you have to do it by the drawstring, then it gets too tight.
And you can't open them when they're hanging up.
You can't open when they're hanging up. So in that case, it's useless, right?
And it looks untidy.
It's on the base there, and then it ends up all screwed up like that.
Horrible.
Again, annoys me. So, because I just want these to be on the back of a door. Now, they can then be laundry bags, book bags. They can be tidy up, toy tidy ups.
Yeah.
You can put your boots in there. You can just tidy stuff up. So for mine, they've got a hoop on the back, so that you can then undo it, get everything in, or put everything in, and it's there, and it's reinforced, and it's all good to go. This is a 1/2 metre of Liberty that is made out of less than a fat quarter.
I love it. I love that contrast.
So it's coming in
It's beautiful.
at about £10 a make.
Amazing.
Okay, that's what we're looking at here. So you could be gifting Liberty bags.
Amazing. And I like a bow. You know me, I love a bow.
I do love a bow, yeah. And you
Looks
could, I mean, you could,
beautiful.
if you wanted to, you could make it matching. I went with ribbon. I might have just, you can't really see it. I've got Emily's initials on there and Freddie's initials on there.
But subtle, which I like.
It just means that when there's an argument over whose is who or whatever, then I can just say, enough.
Agreed,
so that's what we're
agreed.
going to do tomorrow. That will be tomorrow's show. So do join us then. It's a bit of a quick one today.
Yeah, and we have the fabulous Liberty giveaway running as
we
well.
do. Yeah, I've already mentioned the Liberty giveaway.
I heard you, and I've seen people buying a bit of Liberty today. But yeah, you will get entered into that draw to get
Exactly,
the
Lo.
fat
You
quarter
can hang your dwarf on the back of the door.
bundle. Or me, I might fit in one. So I quite happily crawl into one today and be just curl up and have a snooze.
I mean, it could be just like a big sleeping bag for you, couldn't it?
Sure. And yeah, we've just mentioned Christmas making, haven't we? You know, with these, and they make a gorgeous gift. But if you do want things by Christmas, then now's your time, isn't it, to get those orders in?
Yeah, Inga is up to. She's up to date now.
We are
getting
so
orders
up to
out.
date. We are getting things out super fast. Royal Mail have got delays. They have. So
well, I mean, this is it. So the bugbear for us is our local post office.
It is.
When we turn up 2 days later and our parcels are still sitting there unprocessed, I get a little
quite cross. Yeah.
Quite cross with the matter.
Sure.
But they also won't let us stand in the queue with all of our stuff either, because that makes everybody else
quite cross.
But I think, and especially Jem, if you are thinking of other ways to wrap gifts.
Gorgeous.
Do you know what? I have got so many family members with birthdays in January.
Yeah. Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Sorted. And also, you know, for those families that kind of have everything, bit of storage.
Yeah.
Bit of something, a way to tidy up. Never going to be a bad thing.
No, absolutely.
On the back of your door. Could be the bathroom door, could be the bedroom door, wherever.
And we will
Under
get
the stairs cupboard.
Yeah. And
Whatever,
we'll get
but you're
these
happy
out
to have
to you.
these out because it's Liberty.
We'll get
And
these
it's
out to you as
gorgeous.
quick as we possibly can.
Do you know the other fabric that would look lovely in? It's that Lewis and Irene we've just
Yeah,
had.
it would. It would.
It would be gorgeous.
Because
gorgeous.
there really is a William Morris-esqueness to
There
it,
is.
isn't there?
There
Especially
is,
the
there
arts
is,
and
there
crafts
is.
floral.
It's beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Beautiful, beautiful. Right. Oh, Geraldine was making a wreath. She's making a wreath. Good. Debbie's looking forward to tomorrow's show. Yay! Is there an answer to the question of of Ning Shop Liberties, the artist's home today, and being with a chance.
I'm not seeing what you're reading.
Margaret Smith, is there an answer to the question of NING question mark Shop Liberties, the artist's home today, and being with a chance of winning a free Fat Quarter bundle? NING. I don't know what she means.
I don't know
Does
either.
anybody know what she means?
Oh, got you. Okay, that's a typo, I think, on the top banner of the website.
Oh, is that us?
I think that, yeah, there's a ning on the end of our banner. I'll get SJ
okay.
to have a look at
We'll
that.
have a look at that. Well, I mean, I was quite blind. I did not see it. There we go. So, yeah, no answer to that. It shouldn't be there.
I'm going to say there's just a surplus ning because, you know, we gave you a
Everyone
bonus
loves
ning.
an extra ning. That's for free. We will see you here tomorrow, 10 o'clock. Have a lovely rest of your day. Take care. Thank you for joining us today. Bye-bye.
Thanks, bye.